Well, folks, this stone house build has definitely entered a new phase, and today there is a lot going on. I almost don't even know where to start. Perhaps with a confession.
I've got a confession to make. Life is not quite as organised as it normally is.
And then a commitment.
To this area of Portugal.
A completion. Character that's going to make this custom-built stone fireplace a seriously special part of this house.
It couldn't be any more perfect.
And most importantly, bucket loads of creativity.
Good morning, everybody. I've got a confession to make. Straight out the blocks this morning. Life is not quite as organised as it normally is because, of course, Tara and the boys aren't here telling me what to do. So guess what's gone and happened? Well, at the end of the last episode, we were smashing up that piece of rock to make the archway over the top of the fireplace. The exciting part is that we've built it. The not so exciting part is it didn't get filmed. Sorry about that, everybody. What have I been doing instead? Well, excitingly, the farm here in Portugal has got a little bit bigger. I'll take you up to the top in a moment. One of the things that happened when we said that we were buying a property in Zimbabwe was that people were very concerned that perhaps we were going to be abandoning Portugal and just building a house and giving up on it. Well, how would you give up on a place like that? It's beautiful. I mean, spectacular. Our commitment to this area of Portugal is strong. We've gone and extended the farm by another 4,500 square meters. Land around this rural part of Portugal, especially if it doesn't have any building permits or building rights attached to it, is super cheap. But we do have plans perhaps in the future to do a little bit more in the way of farming. It's a great piece of land, and the good news is that it joins on to the existing farm, which is perfect. It's actually got some really cool things as well, like this huge old olive tree right there. Probably the best bit is we've purchased 2 more underground mines, which means that hopefully once they're cleared out, we've got more water.
Hello, you lovely people from the beautiful blue winter skies of Zimbabwe and this, our magnificent secret garden. I wanted to jump in and just add to the conversation about this new land that we've got in Portugal. It's expanded the area of the farm a little bit, which is amazing. And so much is happening in Portugal while I'm not there, and I cannot wait to get back. But mostly I really hope it illustrates to you guys that Portugal for us is not a closing chapter. It's very much a part of the future story and journey of our family, and that is going to take many different shapes and forms over the next few years. And with this expansion of the Portugal property, we want to make sure that whatever the future holds, we've got possibility, especially for our beautiful boys and the legacy that we are creating for them, both in Portugal and in Zimbabwe. And we are so grateful to all of you for being a part of that.
I've been signing documents and going and talking to lawyers and paying all the bills and all those kind of things, which has taken some time, which is why I missed the building of the arch on the fireplace. But anyway, the good news is it looks blooming brilliant. And from now, we can continue building that fireplace. So let's go and have a look at it. Now, remember, folks, all of these bits and pieces, they need to be smashed around a little bit and made a bit different, but it's really starting to become a big part of this room now. Um pouco.
Aqui, outra. Aqui.
Sim, pedra, madeira. Sim?
Madeira. Apoio por cima da madeira, pedra para lá, pedra para ali, não é?
Yeah. So what about here if we put, I don't know, man.
Este aqui temos que deixar solto aqui.
Just really quickly before we start getting on to the work. Overnight and yesterday we had graffiti artists come along and start graffitiing up the entire house. Unbelievable. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Banksy would be proud. Here's the wonderful thing. We've got markings all over the house, literally everywhere, and that's where all of the electrics and all of the plumbing is going to go into place, and of course the air conditioning. We did have a moment yesterday when we were walking around marking everything out where there was an idea to put an air conditioning unit on the roof right up there below one of the bedroom windows. Not great. And it was just like, no, okay, well, we've got to switch all of that around. So that's the whole process of building a house, isn't it? You start off with one plan, you build the house, you look at it, you go, no, that's not going to work anymore. We have to move it, we have to change it. So that's exactly what we've gone and done. And now we are all ready for everything to go into place. And the idea is that we will be chopping out into these walls and putting into place all the cables, all the ducting, and all the plumbing. Lots of that is going to be happening really, really soon. Okay, Marcus. All right, time for a quick break and to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, Bluetti. I'd be super grateful if you could take 60 seconds of your time to hear me out about the Bluetti Elite 300. One thing that we've learned over the years of building here on the farm is that power is never exactly where you need it. So today, while we're building the fireplace, instead of Daniel and Marcus tripping over a whole bunch of cables, we've been using the Bluetti Elite 300. It's a massive 3 kilowatt box, which is a kilowatt bigger than you'd expect from a box this size. A huge power source from a very small footprint. Generally speaking, boxes this size are around about 2 kilowatts. So you've got a whole kilowatt extra without taking up any extra space. And despite its smaller footprint, the Elite 300 delivers a whopping 2,400 watts continuously, which means that we can comfortably and worry-free use most of the tools around the farm that we need to use. Grinders, drills, lights, other tools, all sorts. And the best bit, of course, is that we don't have to worry about where we are on the farm. We can just pick it up, carry it, take it off, wherever we need to use it. We've got that continuous 2,400 watts worth of power from this very, very reliable and compact box. Another feature that I really like the look of is the Bluetti app. Let me show you right here. It lets me show you exactly how much power I'm using, how much battery we have left. I can even control the unit remotely. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about the Bluetti Elite 300, I'll leave a link in the description below. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this sponsored section. And thank you to Bluetti, the Elite 300, helping us make our dreams here on the farm come true.
You guys will no doubt remember how excited we were when our windows and doors finally arrived a few weeks ago. It made this building feel a little more like the home we dream it will become. Wow. Well, we didn't quite finish that process. So today the team from Marco Steel are back on site fitting and installing our bifolding doors on the front of the house. We really wanted that these doors were able to be opened completely so that we can have that outside-inside vibe, the al fresco living that makes life in Portugal so special. I cannot wait to see these in person when I get back to Portugal later in the summer, but for now, they're needing to be left open to let the little birds who've made nests inside the house fledge their chicks, which I kind of love. It's not quite finished, but already a home to someone.
So the windows have gone in, they're looking really, really great. That's pretty much the last glass now that needs to go into the entire build. So big milestone, and Marcus has been throwing up those stones really quickly today. He's been talking to me a little bit about the mantelpiece and how we should put the mantelpiece into place and what kind of wood it should be. I've been thinking a lot about maybe a big piece of oak. What I'd really love is a piece of wood with some kind of history, you know, that fits really nicely with the whole project so far. We've been working on that ancient stone, that recycled stone a lot around the entire build. So it would be super cool if we could get something that had that feel to it as a piece of wood that we could put on the mantelpiece. And I've got literally no idea where to go. I'm just going to Google a local sawmill, pull up and see what happens. The day takes us in a very different direction at the moment. I've come to a sawmill to try and find the wood for the mantelpiece. Marcus is rapido putting up those stones. Anyway, it's quite noisy here, but I'm super delighted because they're very friendly. They're speaking English as well, which is great. Super helpful when you want to get it exactly right. And I've just shown a picture of the fireplace Marcus is building, and they're like, yeah, okay, I think we can help. Brilliant.
Publicity.
Yeah, exactly. I'll make sure I include a picture of your logo up there or something. Very cool. This place is amazing. You know, I've just asked whether I can film here. The guy's totally chill with it. Around Portugal, around this part of Portugal, there are these little sawmills. This one's a bit bigger than a little sawmill though, and they're dotted all around the countryside. This one is a lot larger than the ones that I've seen before. But anyway, the fella that I've just met has said, well, why don't you go around the corner? I've got some of this wood that's been lying around for a while. We're going to have a look at it and see whether we can find the right piece of wood for the fireplace. Yeah, I like the cracks, but not too big cracks, hey? Yeah, that looks cool. Look at those. That's beautiful.
200 years.
200 years old.
Yeah, old.
Okay, it's 100%. We got to use it, man. Love it. It's come from an old log house, no?
It's come from the demolition of
old house. That just fits perfectly.
I think one like that.
Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect.
Okay.
$190, yeah. See, maybe we make it $195 because there's a little bit extra. Yeah.
If you want, I could cut now here.
Yeah.
If you want, you cut
it at home. No, let's cut it. Let's cut it.
Okay.
Need some cleaning
So
up. Hopefully. It's going to work. So I got a plan. It's a bit scruffy, that piece of wood at the moment, but if we get a good old drill bit with a wire brush on the end and we start, you know, those circular wire brush drill bits, and we just clean it up with a wire brush, I think it'll look really beautiful. Might be a bit of a risk, but there's definitely character in that piece of wood. And also, hang on. It's great, look at that. Perfect. Yeah, really perfect. I love it. Well done. What a find.
Front face.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah. There's a lot of character there, isn't there? Look at that. So this face, yeah, I love it. This face we put facing front.
My house is all decorated with this.
Brilliant. It couldn't be any more perfect. When I set out this morning, well, when I woke up this morning, I was like, okay, you know, just bash a few stones around. Should really think about that mantelpiece. Marcus has worked so fast on that here I am. And the windows and doors have gone in. Everything's ready there. Gosh, It's going to start to feel like a proper house really, really soon. Right, let's go and get the wood. There we go. A busy sawmill, this one, huh? Very good. Yeah, don't tell my wife, hey? There we go. Is it fit? Oh, perfect. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Look at that. That's a really great piece of wood. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's pay for it. I'm blown away by that experience. Today's just been a great day all around, hasn't it really? I've just picked up the mantelpiece, which I thought was just going to be really, really hard to find the right piece of wood for the mantel. And then that piece of wood, as I've just said, is part of what used to be an old barn, probably somebody's house or maybe a barn in the middle of a field somewhere. It's beautiful. It's hundreds of years old. It's got lots of history and we love that. And it costs 50 euros. Right, let's go see what Marcus thinks of it. Come look, this way, Marcus. Come. Yeah, see. Wait. So, that's fun, man. I've been saying all day, these guys have just given me a hard time. I've been saying all day, no, I'm coming. I'm going to come and help. But life has just got in the way a little bit. So anyway, here we go. Marcus has said, where's the wood?
Ow!
Yes!
Correro!
Boa. Now?
Muito boa.
Yeah, look at that. Let's go. See? Honestly, guys, I literally have been saying all day, no, I'm coming, I'm gonna come and help. And I've not been in here very much today. I've just been doing other things on the computer mostly, and so I've just walked in and they've given me a really hard time about it. But fun. There we go. Let's see which way Marcus puts this on. Such a busy day. Okay, let's see if we can get that. Okay, Marcus, let's do it. Let's go. This way. See. That's it. Look at that. I'll give you a little bit of insight actually. Okay, well Marcus puts that in and doesn't that look good? Daniel outside is leveling all of the stone so that we can put another piece of granite on the top of the stone. That will protect the water from going down through it and also really make a nice framework for the rest of the tiling that we're going to have on the floor a little bit later down the line. See? Yes, look at that, folks. Yeah, beautiful. Okay.
Hey,
There we go. Double.
double.
double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. double. dou That is so beautiful. So Marcus is literally just chucking some concrete down onto the top of the stones that he's put into place, and immediately we're going to put it into place. That's it. No hanging around. I can polish it up or do whatever. Actually, I might not even do that. I might just leave it like this. I'll talk to Tara about it. But we could sand it down and make it look all fancy. But I just got this feeling that that's how it needs to be right now. It's so pretty. Beautiful. So let's put it straight into place and worry about it later.
So do you guys remember when we started building this house and we dreamed of creating something from reclaimed stones, from demolished buildings, much like the ones where this beam probably came from? We all know that we couldn't live out that dream as we'd hoped, but we wanted so badly for this house to look and feel like it belonged, like it had always been here, like it already had a history to tell. And I think that thanks to these amazing people we have on site with us, that we have achieved that. And with additions like a 200-year-old beam that must hold the most remarkable memories and stories from a time long before ours. It feels like the dream is coming true, just as we hoped it would. How lucky are we?
Okay team, we've got a little project to do just before Marcus and Daniel come back and start fiddling around with this. I want to make a wooden framework up here so that we can close in the top of the fireplace. It's really important that we get this right because it's going to help suck the smoke away from the fire and up through the chimney. Now I've got the chimney pipe all lined up over there ready to go. And we've got a small hole just up there that goes up through to the attic and what will eventually be a chimney stack. Wow, isn't that just such a beautiful, beautiful addition to this fireplace? I'm so pleased with it. We could have definitely decided to hide away this knot here, this imperfection, but that uniqueness, that part of this particular log, as it were, or piece of wood is what actually makes that very, very special. Let's get that wooden piece up there so that we've got something to throw a whole bunch of concrete on top of, so that we can then start building up the rest of the fireplace. All right, let's do it. Okay. 80 by 80. Okay. Let's cut it. That's turned out really nicely. Oh, I need a new blade. Keep saying that. Let's get a couple of 205s. Sorry, 105s. It's hot today, really hot. One of the things that I've been reading a lot in the comments is about the fireplace and its location. Why are we building such a grand fireplace hidden away around a corner? Well, that's kind of exactly the point, you know. Portugal isn't the same as it is in the UK. Portugal is hot quite a lot of the time during the year. You probably wouldn't want to put a fire in the fireplace. There will come a time, you know, when we'll be looking at this fireplace thinking, yeah, we really would love a fire. Here, I imagine over here in the bay window we're going to have a nice seating area, some cozy chairs around the fireplace here. But the main event for this house and this room really is those big double doors, archways along the veranda, and that massive view. This is an outside house, definitely, not really I want to be inside kind of house. Right, let's get up there and see whether we can shift that across now. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I think we're pretty much there, aren't we? We've got the wood in place. What I want to do is just leave it now. I don't want to do too much more. We'll check with Marcus when he gets back to see if that's what he had in his mind as to whether this was the right plan or not. But I think we probably want to drill a hole, cut a hole right here, and then we can throw a bunch of cement, a bunch of concrete on the top of that piece of wood. Once that concrete is cured, we can then start looking at taking away this wooden framework and having a roof in the fireplace. Right, it is a very hot day today. I think I'm going to go for a swim. Oh man, I just had to nip out. Marcus came in and he's done all the cementing on the top there already. And we've got some pipes in place as well. That's pretty cool. Okay. Just going to be stonework now, I think, and then we're done. Also looks like Marcus has put the chimney flue in, going all the way up into the attic. Let's just go and have a quick look, see whether it's poking out into the attic section. Okay, just come up here. Have a look. There we go, done. All the pipe work has gone all the way down through the house. And it's right here, that's where it finishes right now. So we'll definitely be wanting to tidy it up. Stick it out through the roof. It's been ages since I've been up here. Look how nice and neat and tidy it is. So we're just doing pretty much what we did on the entire outside of the house, which is smash up the edges of all the rocks, make them look a little bit fancier, a little bit more fun, less angular, less straight lines. And then afterwards, Marcus will go ahead and put all the rustic cut in, which is the pointing between the stones. Okay folks, that's it. And that looks like we've got to the end of another episode. One more episode, I think, and we should have totally completed this fireplace. I'm so excited to see how it all comes together. Fingers crossed, that's in the very next episode. We get to see the front of it finished, and then it'll be off to Zimbabwe. We will be in Zimbabwe filming and continuing to film for this channel for around about 4 or 5 weeks. Not much more than that because we've got lots going on. Whilst we're away, things will continue to happen here. We've got the plumbers and the electricians coming in to start work. We've got a project waiting for us in Zimbabwe, quite a big project. Some foundations have got to go into place. And of course, we've got to dodge a few monkeys along the way too. The boys will be back in the episodes, I'm sure of that. They'll be bouncing around. I know that they've been having a whale of a time. I'm in the secret garden. I'm really have missed my family so much over the last 3 weeks. And I really can't wait to get back and be with them. So looking forward to that. Thanks very much again for watching. Thanks for being here with us. It means the world to me and my family. Thanks very much, folks. We'll see you next episode.